Hey everybody, welcome back again. In this video, I'm going to talk briefly about the thinking error called personalizing. So in CBT, we often talk about thinking errors and we help people to overcome and make changes or to stop committing those thinking errors and perhaps to think in more helpful, constructive, compassionate ways. This thinking error today I'm going to briefly talk about is personalizing. And as the name suggests, this is where we take something that most oftentimes has nothing at all to do with us as a person, but we take it personal and we feel offended or upset in some kind of way because of an issue or an incident that has happened. Let's think of an example. So we go to work and we sit down in the office, and usually every morning we say good morning to the boss, or the boss says good morning to us. When we go to work this day, the boss is very quiet. And as we go into the office, he or she goes into their adjoining office and they quickly close the door and sit in front of the computer. Now, if we were to personalize that behavior, we would immediately think, oh gosh, this has something to do with me. Maybe I've upset the boss. I must be a dreadful employee. What have I done to deserve this? This is awful, etc., etc. Okay. Now, what we need to ask ourselves when we're personalizing, when we take something personal like this, we need to ask ourselves, where is the evidence that this has anything to do with me? Okay. Where is the hard, rational evidence? Remember, in CBT, we try to be a little bit like scientists. We want to look for the evidence in support of the way that we're thinking about stuff. Okay. So the first thing we say, where's the evidence that this behavior by my boss has anything at all to do with me? Okay. Question number 2 we need to ask ourselves is, what are some of the alternative explanations for my boss's behavior? So, and have a think about what those could be. Could be a whole range of issues. He could have had an argument at home before he came to work. He could be feeling unwell today. He could have missed his bus and missed his train. He could have had a letter that is troubling him. He might have a meeting. He might be nervous about something else. He might be having financial issues, health issues. It could be a whole myriad of things that have played a part in that behavior today, where he comes in and closes his door and doesn't say good morning. Okay. So we have to make sure that we're aware of the whole context and that we don't automatically jump to the conclusion that this has something to do with me as a person. Okay. Because then we feel not so good. We feel anxious, worried. Maybe we feel guilty. Maybe we've done something, and it's not a good way to feel, of course. So when you take something personal like this, okay, when something happens and you feel bad about it, just check out if you're personalizing this. And as always, when we're personalizing something that actually evidence suggests doesn't have anything to do with us, instead of personalize, we need to depersonalize. Okay, see it as something that has happened that is most likely being caused by several other issues that have nothing at all to do with me. Okay. If it turns out that there is evidence to suggest that actually this does have something to do with me, so the boss is angry with me about something, and that's why he slammed his door and didn't say good morning, well, then we deal with that as assertively and constructively, compassionately as we can, whilst being fair to ourselves and being fair to the boss as well. So we would want to sit down and get to the bottom of it, and what was it that we did or we didn't do that caused the boss to behave in that way. Okay. But we look for the evidence. That's the main thing. In all of the thinking errors in CBT, in all situations where we feel some form of emotional distress, whether that's worry, anxiety, depression, we want to have a look if we're making one of the thinking errors. We want to gather evidence in support of these thoughts that we're having. Okay. We play the part of the scientist, the hard-nosed, rational scientist, and hopefully then we'll get to the bottom of it. Okay. Have a great day and don't personalize. All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.